that UP goat, Totapuri. So one animal is sold for 15 lakh. That was bought by some like Amir Khan. Mushroom is having all the nutrition which your mutton is having. So same contents of what mutton gives. That same thing gives mushroom. So mushroom is a better alternative for persons who don't eat meat.
If animal husbandry is so profitable, why is that everybody is not getting into it?
The diseases which are transmitted from animals to human beings, we classify them as zoonotic diseases. Among them, the brucellosis is very important because it is common for people who live with animals or we consume raw milk. So they are exposed to such diseases. Chinese citizens, they eat some snakes or some lizards or some cockroaches. It's their food habit. They relish that. Knowledge you can get by maybe talking to someone or reading, talking, seeing, everything. But skill what you get is by yourself and by working practice. A health specialist will advise to take one egg in the morning and one egg in the night. So because that egg, whatever white egg that's albumin. It's a protein-rich source that helps in producing antibodies.
Today on Just Curious, if you have ever interacted with an animal, this video is for you. If you are interested in piggery farming, interested in goat farming, fisheries, this video is for you. Looking for an alternate source of income through animal husbandry, this video is for you. Scared of snakes, scared of lizards, this video is for you. With this introduction, here I am, your host, RJ Rapid Rashmi, Dr. Jagannath, who's been around for 38 plus years as a popular vet in Karnataka and has already been awarded as the best vet in the year 98. So here you are, welcoming you on Just Curious, exploring everything that you've learned in the journey. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Fine, madam. Thank you, madam.
So firstly, my first curiosities will definitely start from as a vet.
Yeah.
While you were in service, how was your day? And now, after you've retired, I think you retired in 2018, right?
Yeah, madam. Yes.
So how are you enjoying this phase of life?
Yeah, madam. Actually, being a professional, so from the day we enter into profession until our death, we are professionals. So
you retire, but you literally don't retire from the the profession.
Not tired.
Yep.
Retired, but not
tired.
Yeah. Of course, I put in 38 plus years in government service. After that, I got retired. But now I am doing my own service to the profession. I am having my own training center and consultancy services for all farmings. Maybe you can say cow farming, buffalo farming, sheep farming, goat farming, and then piggery farming, and then also for fisheries, and give consultancy for anything, the income generating activities we say. So all sorts of income generating activities. So I give consultancy and also I make project reports. I guide them how to get bank loans, and also I guide them to go through. Even for persons who are in need of such services, they can contact me anytime. So I'm available.
Is this the same corporation that you run, which is Karnataka Industries Farming Development Corporation?
So it's a registered thing with me. Actually, I'm registered with the Government of Karnataka as a veterinarian. So my registration number is 761 with Government of Karnataka. And also I'm registered with the Government of India as a veterinarian. There my registration number is 2023. We register in New Delhi. Okay, I can give service, a professional service in entire India I can provide. Of course, not for me only. It is all for all professionals, all veterinary professionals who are into profession. They have to be registered in both Karnataka and India if they want to provide service.
Oh.
So we call it as registered veterinary practitioners. We are called. Yeah.
So you can practice all over India.
Yeah, all over India. Madam.
All right.
But for that we have to have a registration with Government of India also. That everybody will have automatically. Once we are registered with Government of Karnataka, naturally it goes to Delhi, and there we registered. Yeah.
Since you've opened the conversation with some of animal husbandry categories, representing a layman's curiosities.
Yeah.
Firstly, I am working somewhere and I want to parallelly start a business like a piggery farming or goat farming, cow farming, sheep farming. So is this doable?
Yeah.
So which is the easiest in this?
Madam, we cannot say easy because it needs effort and it needs interest and it needs passion. they should love that activity.
Mm-hmm.
So just because it is something like easy, they should not go into that.
Mm.
So they must be ready to take any sort of risk. And it's not like any white collared jobs. Suppose we say we are working in a office in Bangalore.
Mm.
It's called as white collared job.
Right.
We work in a AC room.
Mm.
It's not like that. Of course, it involves a lot of effort and personal attention and interaction with animals, interaction with the soil is very important. So actually, people who enjoy that
Hmm.
are people who are maybe who are done away with that urban life. They don't want to lead their urban life, and they are passionate about rural life. Definitely, it is alternative, and also it can be a main source also. It need not be alternative.
So what
Because
starts as an alternate profession?
it can be subsidiary,
Mm.
it can be alternative, or it can be exclusive. I can tell you, see, there are farmers who earn in crores. So out of farming only, they don't do any other jobs or any other business. So just out of agriculture, people there are farmers who earn crores. Probably mostly in this Kolar area, Chikbalapur area. So there farmers are into integrated farming. We say integrated farming is a word which is used for integrating so many activities in a single piece of land. So what we listed, no, that we said get a sheep farm, goat farm, poultry farm, fisheries, all other things they do in a single place.
So
with
that is integrated farming.
Yeah, that is called integrated farming. So there they integrate all these things with horticulture, agriculture, animal husbandry, fisheries, everything. So there, so multiple activities, multiple income. Ultimately, when they congregate, it will be a huge income. I quote one farmer who is my student. He is one Mr. Lokesh. He is in near Chintamani.
Mm-hmm.
So there is one place called Doddaganjur.
Mm-hmm.
He is a young boy, maybe around 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
So just he is having some 23 acres of agricultural land.
23 acres.
If you just enter into his farm, you will be entering into a whole new world. So you can get everything what you say. Na? Once you enter, on right side you can see one layer poultry farm. It's a huge thing. It's a huge establishment. Over that poultry, usually the people put that shed, no, sheets. On that he has one for solar electricity generation.
Oh.
So the investment is some 5.5 crores for that electricity generation. He is getting in lakhs of income from just that electricity generation. He is selling that electricity to government. He is getting out of that. And he is having buffalo farms.
Mm-hmm.
And he is having cow farm. He is having one 500 unit sheep farm. He is having some 5 acres of sandalwood plantation. That sandalwood plantation will give you something like 21 crores in 14 years. 1 acre. Yeah. And then
1 acre?
1 acre sandalwood plantation
Mm-hmm.
will give you income of 21 crores in 14 years.
I think I want to break this down for our audience.
Yeah.
So firstly, thanks for the example you gave, wherein you've just walked us through multiple farmings, locations exploring.
Yes, madam.
So firstly, I think I'll start with sandalwood.
Yeah.
So what is the basics of sandalwood farming? Where do I get the saplings? How much land should I have? How much investment is required?
Yeah, I can tell you that, madam. Actually, Karnataka itself is called as a sandalwood state, sandal state. Okay. Now it is no more because Karnataka is importing sandal from other states or other countries because so all sandalwood in our forest areas is gone or it's rare to be found.
For two reasons. One is because of Veerappan's incident.
Because of you can say deforestation
and deforestation.
and also that human interference. And also
and people are not cultivating this anymore.
And now that government is contemplating that. Just to bring back the glory of Karnataka, Karnataka government is contemplating that growing sandalwood to the farmers. Earlier, it was banned. Earlier, farmers were not allowed to cultivate sandalwood because we were having lot of sandalwood in our forest areas.
Right.
Now the scenario has changed. Now the government is helping farmers to cultivate in their own lands, agricultural land.
All right.
And also government is supporting them. So government will give them 30 rupees per plant per year for 3 years. Okay, that is something like 90 rupees per plant for 3 years for maintenance. Suppose once you start from today that planting that sandalwood plant, you will be getting every year 30 rupees per plant. Suppose if you are planting 1000 trees, so you will be getting 30,000 rupees like 1,000 into 30. How much it will
Got
be?
it.
Yeah, that much they'll be giving. So 3 years they give. So for this procedure, the farmer has to approach that local one social forestry department will be there. Near in all taluka places, one social forestry department is there.
This is applicable for whole of India?
Yeah, actually I am talking about Karnataka.
Hmm.
Whole of India it is applicable, but they have some different rules in different states. Yeah, but in Karnataka, so they give 30 rupees per plant. In other states, they have to explore with the local forest department. So once they approach that forest department, you have to go with that land records. Suppose how much land you have, and in how much land you want to cultivate. So that land record, if you take them, they will give an application. Just fill it up, give your photo and the land records. They will give you one permission. You can cultivate in so many acres. Per acre, you will have to plant something like 440 plants will come in 1 acre. So
and how long does it take for the permission to come? For example, I have approached today with all the documents.
It may be quick, maybe 1 week or 5 days. It will be quick. It will be quick. There will be local people, no?
All right.
So it will be in local taluka place. That one for social forestry department will be there. They can go as per the one RFO will be there, regional forest officer. They approach them, they will help. They give them. They will make a survey and they will make some soil testing whether it's suitable for sandalwood cultivation or something like. And they will give permission. Once they give permission, you can procure this sandalwood saplings. In government establishment, they are available for 5 rupees one plant. Yeah, that you know this Mysore sandal soap factory, Yeshwantpur.
That's right.
So there it's available. Once you have got a permission, you can show the permission there, and you can collect as many saplings as you want. They will select.
The social forestry department will tell us where these sapling banks are in different states. Because
different states, yes, exactly.
Pan India people are watching this.
Yes. Forestry, it comes under forestry department. So they will be having so many, even private nurseries they would have authorized. So there they can get. Even there are private consultants, private nurseries who grow the sandalwood saplings and they give. They can collect from them also, and they can plant them.
So it's rupees 5, averaging rupees
government 5? Government rate is 5 rupees. Private persons who grow them, they call it tissue culture plantations, saplings. So they give for something like 35 rupees. Yeah.
So between 5 to 35, one sapling cost is what is applicable.
Yeah.
And you need to have 440 saplings in 1 acre.
Yeah.
All
But
right. So then it means
another thing is, actually these sandalwood plants, what we say, no, they are not independent. They are parasites.
Yes,
they cannot survive without the help of other plants.
So they basically go and latch on to the other root, and through that they take the energy.
They are parasitic plant. We call it hemipedes or parasitic plants. So we call it as a host plant.
Can you explain how the whole sandalwood plant?
So once you get a sapling, no, along with that you will get one, that tur plant, tur dal we say, no, that plant will be with sandalwood.
So you have to do alternate, like one tur dal plant?
No, not like that. When it is a small plant, tur dal plant. When this sandalwood is small, a baby, then tur dal plant will be with it. So that will survive with the tur dal. No tur dal plant, no sandalwood. Okay?
So basically they sell it as a twin.
Twin. That's called a host plant. That tur dal plant is called as a host plant. But only to some period it is. Once the sandalwood plant grows, no, so that will die. That host plant will die. Then we need a bigger host plant. So that
always
time,
it needs a host.
Yeah. Until its death, it will. So when that time when it is growing big means we have alternates, just like guava tree, mango, or I can say that Melia dubia we say, hebbevu in Kannada, or Melia dubia we say, or that most loud one is that jamun. Nerele we call, no? Nerele fruit. That is, they are like a husband and wife, sandalwood and jamun. So that we can see that even lemon trees or orange trees, anything. Usually fruit bearing trees are better because you get additional income. Because you are getting income from sandalwood after 14 years. Until then, every year you are getting income from that fruit bearing trees. From the third year, they will start bearing fruits, no? You can sell the fruit. So their job is to provide that support to the sandal. Along with that, you are getting fruits. That along with that fruits, you get additional income. And also in our concept, no, animal husbandry concept, so the sandalwood leaves and also that fruit trees, what you put as a host plants. So those leaves, they are food for our goats. So you can go for integration of goats along with sandalwood and that fruit trees. So that leaves, we say side pruning. So when the sandalwood tree is growing, no, side branches will be there. Those will be pruning. So those prunings is food for goat. Goat manure is a manure for these plants. So it's
like a life cycle.
Yeah, circle. Yeah.
Feeding off
It's
each other.
eco circle.
All right.
So like this, farmers can get a lot of benefit from this. So just maintaining of this sandalwood is not difficult for farmers because it's simply similar like growing any other plant.
So from the beginning, you have to put the host plant. You have to. How much gap should be given?
No, not like that. In the beginning, it will be with sapling. Okay. And after you are planting in the soil, that sapling will be in a plastic cover. We call it as a plastic cover. It will be in that. Along with host plant, it will be in that. Once you are taking out of the plastic cover, planting in the soil, then it will be 10 feet by 10 feet. So from plant to plant, it will be 10 feet. So we call it as a Quinkung's method, like this. Like this. So here is sandalwood, here is sandalwood, here is a host plant. You got this? This to our sandalwood. This to our sandalwood. The center point junction is there, no? So this is your host plant here. So this host plant is a host for these 4 trees.
So the gap is 10 feet.
Yeah, 10 by 10.
10 by 10.
10 by 10. So like that, in 1 acre you can go for 440 plants.
So how much money is required, sir?
So money requirement, investment is less because see just maybe 440 pits you are digging. It may cost you something like 20 rupees per pit for the labor charges, or machines are there digging pits, tractor machines, so they can dig the saplings. They cost maybe 5 rupees to 35 rupees.
And should I own the land, or I can also lease my land?
That depends. Suppose if you lease the land, maybe over a long period, people may give or may not give. So better they may terminate your lease in between, then it will be loss. So better to have some own land is better.
And how do I identify the areas? For example, now Karnataka behaves differently, like east of India, west, north. So what climate is good for sandalwood?
Actually, whatever climate we have in Karnataka, it's most suited. That's why we say sandalwood. Karnataka is sandalwood. Sandalwood state we say. It's good. But actually something like sandalwood can grow in any climate, any soil conditions. We can correct the soil conditions. Suppose if the soil is deficient in some nutrient, we can add it, or actually we say organic manure. It's a wholesome manure. It can correct any type of soil. Suppose even if it is a soil is not having a fertility, we can increase the fertility just with organic manure. So here sandalwood plantation, what we say, it is totally grows in organic. We need not use any insecticides, zero. We need not use. Also, we need not use any chemical fertilizers, not necessary. Only with organic practice, we can grow sandalwood. Also, with animal husbandry activities like cow farming, buffalo farming, sheep, goat, they act as a manure source. That organic manure comes naturally from animals, also from plants. We say green leaf manure, we say, or dry leaf manure, or even that organic manure, dung manure. So these are all they will increase the soil fertility automatically. So with that thing, we can test the soil in the laboratory. Suppose if the soil is deficient in some nutrient, we can add that nutrient and make it suitable for this sandalwood.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping us understand the basic elementals of how to get into sandalwood farming.
Yeah.
Now, where do I start? Probably, amongst animal husbandry.
Yeah, sure.
For a beginner, what should they start with? Because you mentioned about buffalo, cow, goat, fish farming, piggery. So, which is the easiest to start?
Nothing like easy.
As in like a beginner level.
Beginner.
Wherein the risk is less compared to others.
Suppose if the farmer is in a rural area and if he's a farmer by profession, they should not be difficult.
Correct. Yeah. What if it is somebody like me who has been, most of my life I've just spent as a white collared person. And suddenly if I want to also alternately try something and, see how this goes. So for people like us?
Yeah, for them I suggest, you go to rural area, you be with the farmer, you practice. If you get love regarding that profession, you enter into that, or otherwise don't.
Don't get in this for money, you're saying?
Yeah. So money, it will come automatically. If you are serious and if you are doing it properly, money will follow. All animal husbandry activities, they are income generating. Definitely it will come. But you should have a passion for that profession.
How do I know if I have passion is by spending some time with the farmers?
Yeah, definitely.
Like take some weekends away or take 10-15 days
Yeah,
break.
Go.
Yeah?
So what I suggest, people who are brought and built up in Bangalore or some city, urban areas, when they come to us for consultation, we give all aspects, all like this, details and everything we give. And we suggest them, whenever they are free, maybe in a vacation or weekends, they should go to some farms and they have to work there as a labor. Okay, maybe it's better to work as a labor, not as a owner. So with that, they will get confidence, and also they will start loving that. They will start loving that profession. So with that, I say we have to acquire some skills. Knowledge is different and skill is different. So knowledge you can get by maybe talking to someone or reading, talking, seeing, everything. But skill what you get is by yourself and by working practice. So that is very much important here. So for farmers in rural areas, they have an inborn skill because they grow up with animals.
Skill of handling animals, understanding their emotions.
So for maybe city people who are not exposed, we suggest go there, you be with them and you work there. Even after working for maybe some time, if they still have a passion for that, let them start. So this is what suggestion we give. Now some people they come to us, they say regarding sheep farm, what they say, sir, now we will start 50 animals and if it is successful, we will learn from that and we'll start with some 5,000. So I say, if you don't know how to do it, don't start with 50 also. You're not supposed to start. Because suppose if you don't know anything regarding farming and you start with 50 just to learn, what you will learn? The animal, if you don't take care of them, you don't vaccinate them or don't feed them properly, they are going to die. Maybe shortly or later they will die. So what you will learn? So if we do 50 sheep farming, all have died. We should not go for this. This is a loss making, they say. So this is their fault, not animals' fault. So what I suggest, even for starting with 5 or 50, you should have some basic knowledge or exposure. So I suggest go to some farmer, be there, develop some skill, and then you start. Whether with is 50 or 500 or 5,000, it doesn't make a difference, because how you take care of 50, the same care you have to take for 5,000 also. It should not be a thing. So it is something like a wonderful income generating activity, we say animal, because animal food is a global commodity. So India earns a lot of dollars, maybe we say foreign exchange. It is a major source of foreign exchange, especially buffalo meat in India and sheep and goat and poultry meat. They earn us a lot of foreign exchange. So India is a number one country in the world for buffalo meat export. Yeah.
So before I get into everything, dynamics of buffalo meat, since you were talking about the skills one need to have as a beginner, so could you walk us through basic skills? One is understanding the animal, understanding the routine of staying in a farm. Apart from this, vaccinations.
I'll tell you now. Okay. Say some basic things are there when you want to take care of animals. Basic things are, see, it is called infrastructure. We say infrastructure means shelter, how the shelter should be, where to keep the animals. Then we say the ventilation to the shelter is very important. So according to the seasons of, and also we say the wind directions and rain directions counts for developing a shelter. So that knowledge they should have. They should have a shape shelter, called shelter management or infrastructure management. They must be well versed. And then next thing comes the selection of a breed. Selection of a breed, that knowledge is very important.
What breed? What animal first?
Yeah, any animal. Let it be a cow or a buffalo or sheep or goat or anything. So breed to be selected should be, it's something like, we say it should be adaptable, acceptable, and affordable. We say that.
Adaptable,
acceptable, and affordable.
These
are the three qualities. Any breed what you buy, it should be having like this.
Adaptable to Indian conditions.
Yeah, that's what. Not only India, maybe wherever they rear that animal or wherever they or establishing the farm, no? For that particular geographical
In our
area,
case,
it
let's
should
say
be
India,
adaptable.
yeah. Okay.
So in other sense, so animals in the vicinity or in our area, they are already adapted, so they are safe. One thing, and then acceptability. Acceptability means it should be acceptable to the people who buy it. Suppose if you say sheep and goat, it should be acceptable to the people. Okay, that means I give an example. Suppose if you go to northern Karnataka, I am just giving an example. It may be similar to other areas also. In northern Karnataka, just like Haveri, Belgaum or something, there people will eat only black colored sheep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even if suppose if you give a white colored sheep for them, no, even if you give it free, they don't accept.
Why so?
There's no reason.
There's a belief.
I tell you what is the reason. And suppose if you come to this Bangalore area or Bangalore, Mysore, this Mandya and Kolar, Chikbalapur, here people they eat only white colored sheep. They don't eat black colored sheep. So reason is it's called as a food habit, or say what you believe, what you practice. So that's all. Scientifically there is no reason. Once you take out the skin, the meat color is same.
So it's all about a superstitious belief.
No, not superstition actually. It's called as a food habit. It's a food habit, or what they practice. So
it's the
here,
herd mentality, is it?
yeah, it's what they believe, what they practice. They're saying there is no scientific reason for that. But here, being a businessman or a farmer, your responsibility is, suppose if you are doing your sheep farming there in northern Karnataka, you have to grow black sheep. If you are in Mysore area, you have to grow white sheep. That's the
Basically,
thing.
You need to understand the demand.
Yeah,
of the
demand.
local
Exactly. The people what they accept. The buyer here, with our intention is to satisfy the buyer
Because
or
you're running a
consumer.
business here.
Consumer, yeah, because we are doing business. That should be the thing. They should understand the breed, which breed to rear, and which it's very simple. Just they can watch the market, or they can go to that meat outlets. So meat outlets will be there anywhere. In any meat outlets will be there. Just they inquire there which breed is cut and which breed is in more demand. That is his breed. It's very
That's
simple.
how you do your R&D in terms of acceptability in a particular area.
Yeah, exactly. And then the third point comes nutrition. Nutrition is very important. Nutrition management we say. So any animal or even for that matter human beings. So we need 6 nutrients. We call it as carbohydrate, protein,
Fiber.
fat, vitamins, minerals and water. These are the 6 nutrients what we need. So how to manage this? You need to give proper hygienic water, and you have to give some fodder rich in carbohydrate, and some grasses rich in protein, and some feeds. All these things they need to know. This is nutritional management. Why? Because in village conditions, what they know, they take the animals to forest areas or some hillock area, and they graze them naturally. When they are grazing in nature, they have everything. They get everything what they need. But when we are putting in them inside our shed
Farms.
and shelter, and we are feeding them, no, we need to see that. We have to take care that all nutrients are there in which food we are giving. Otherwise, they don't get. In nature, they get everything. There are nothing like no isolation or something.
Right.
They get everything. So this is very important. How to manage the nutrition. And next thing is it's called disease management or health management.
This comes under affordability.
No. Affordable not that. This is a
It's still the acceptability.
not acceptability. Affordability gone. It says something like, see here,
It's a separate.
acceptability. What I said, that black and white thing. I said no. Then affordability is a cost. Actually, there are some animals which are very hugely costing. So such animals they should not go for.
Example?
Example, suppose you say there is something like some
Cows?
Darfur breed of sheep we say. So one sheep will cost you 4.5 lakh rupees.
Darfur breed.
Darfur, D-O-R-P-H-E-R.
Why is it expensive?
D-O-R-P-H-E-R.
Huh?
That costs you 4.5 lakh rupees on adult sheep.
Why is it expensive?
It is not from Indian breed. It is a South African breed. So here in Karnataka and other states, actually people who are educated, maybe we said no, that urban people who go enter into they go after that. But it is not economical and it's not acceptable. People know in open market they don't buy all these things. The open market they don't buy. Only educated and that something like rich people, some resort people, they buy those things and they keep them for breeding and all. But such things in open market, suppose if you want to earn money out of this activity, such things you should avoid. And also that is not, I showed you, it's not acceptable by common people. Just like maybe a middle class people. We say 98% of our population is middle class and 2% is elite. This 98%, they don't accept this foreign breeds or something like that.
Because of cost or because of
Cost also, and also their belief. They say it will not be tasty. They don't.
oh, that's why they want country breeds, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. That is called acceptability. They know they want only country breed. They don't accept this foreign breeds and all while selling. No, so actually, see, if we forget 98% population, we are into loss.
Got it.
Yeah. So we have to concentrate on 98%. That's why I suggest affordability means see how this sheep and goat rate is fixed. See, whatever the mutton cost is there, no. Suppose if you say mutton cost is 700 rupees, so 50% of that is 350 rupees into how much kg your sheep weighs. Suppose if your sheep is 20 kgs, 20 into 350 rupees. This is your price. So whatever sheep you sell in the market, it will go to only that cost, 350 rupees. Suppose if you are buying a Darfur sheep, it will cost you 3000 rupees 1 kilo. If you are buying at 3000 rupees, you have to sell at 3000 rupees. So persons who buy at 3000 rupees are very less in numbers. But persons who can buy at 350 rupees, they are 98%. So we have to concentrate. Yeah, we have to concentrate on 98% population. We have to go for lesser cost breeds rather than huge costing or some foreign breeds or something like.
Sir, you opened a discussion about how the sheep prices are fixed.
Yeah.
So why did you say it is 350 rupees and not 700?
No, actually it is something like 700 rupees a meat cost. So meat cost, it's the mutton. But sheep, suppose if you have a 20 kilo sheep, the meat will come 50%.
Or the
Suppose
wastage.
if you cut a sheep, and make meat or mutton, that carcass, we call it a carcass. Carcass means bones plus muscles. It's called a carcass. That will be 50% and 10 kilos. So live weight, we say 50% of the mutton cost will be live weight. So here we separate that head and legs, skin and intestines or visceral organs will separate. Once they are separated, no, that carcass will come. That will be 50%.
So that's how you arrive at.
That's why we say 50% of the mutton cost will be live weight. Once you cut it and make meat, meat will become 700 rupees kg. The 10 kilos what you get the meat, that will be sold at 700 rupees. Other appendages will be there now. That head, legs and skin and visceral organs, intestines, they are sold at different rates. So
you have buyers for that also?
Yeah, definitely.
Who buys them?
So people who eat skin, it goes to leather leather industry, it will go skin. And the head and legs, people will eat. That is a special dish.
They say
tale kalu, we say in Kannada.
Tale mamsa.
Tale mamsa kalu.
The brain.
Yeah. So that is a very, what do you call that's a healthy food.
As a vet, do you believe in these? They say the leg piece is good for people who've had bone accidents, bone related issues.
Definitely.
And likewise, nalli mule and all they call, right?
Definitely.
So could you help us understand?
Yeah, I got it. So it contains bone marrow, we say. That nalli mule, we say, no? It contains bone marrow. So bone marrow is a component which produces blood in our body for all animals. So it's a blood factory, blood marrow. It is highly nutritious and also of course is rich in calcium. When you boil a bone, it releases a lot of calcium. Bone is made of calcium. It's nothing but calcium. So definitely it is nutritious and is having a lot of calcium and bone marrow. Yeah.
Vegetarians are missing out on it. Any alternate options for them?
For vegetarians, some milk and milk products.
That's the only thing.
Mushroom. Mushroom, actually you may not believe, it is a non-vegetarian, but it is considered as a vegetarian. It's a fungus, but mushroom is having all the nutrition which your mutton is having. So same contents of what mutton gives, that same thing gives mushroom. So mushroom is a better alternative for persons who don't eat meat. Or suppose if they're eggerians, yes, egg contains equally good nutrients. 1 egg a day, it gives you complete nutrition. It is a capsule, energy capsule, we say, egg. Definitely,
right. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Now bringing back the conversation to, you spoke about adaptability, acceptability and affordability.
Yeah, madam.
So after this, you were also throwing some light on how to take care of the the farms, right?
Yeah.
Like what to focus on, 6 types of nutrition. So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far, if I have to start a business,
Yeah.
rather if I have to start animal husbandry, after three things, next is nutrients. Then comes what?
That disease control, that is very important. Disease control
That's
is
the
very,
biggest risk one can run, right?
yeah, yeah.
If the disease comes in and the whole lot is
Whole
gone.
lot will gone. Actually, in animals, we say no. Prevention is better. Treatment is difficult and also is expensive. Suppose we say one sheep, it costs you something like 10,000 rupees. It gets some specific disease. You have to take care of something like 15 days treatment with antibiotics and drips and all sort of things. It may cost you something like 15,000 rupees. So spending 15,000 for a 10,000 sheep is not economical. So in animals, we say better you control or prevent the disease rather than you treat the disease.
How
So
to
here,
prevent?
here actually vaccinations are there. You name any disease, in a specific disease we say, say viral diseases, bacterial diseases. So they have a vaccine. We have to give vaccinations in correct regime or schedule. There will be vaccination schedule or calendar we say. We have to give that, we can protect them. But here they should take care. So there are actually this vaccination, nutrition and deworming. They are linked together. So how I tell you, say vaccination, so what is vaccination? Actually for a specific disease, suppose if we say just like coronavirus, what we say in human beings. So there we make that coronavirus weak, and that weak coronavirus we inject into the body.
So that it's immune.
Yeah. That's the same thing in our animals. No, we inject that virus or bacteria which is weakened by, we say it as attenuation in a scientific word we call it as attenuation. That is a weak, it will lose its capacity to cause disease, but it is live, it is a live virus. So that virus we inject into the body of animal. So that will act as an antigen, and for this virus our body will produce this antibodies. So what are these antibodies? These antibodies are proteins. Okay. So where this protein will come from? It will come from the nutrition. Suppose if we have what nutrition we are giving, it doesn't contain protein or it contains less protein, then our body is deficient in protein. Even if you give vaccine, that vaccine will not work because antibodies are not produced because the protein is not there. So these are interlinked. Proper nutrition with adequate protein and vaccination. Suppose here deworming we say, actually all animals will be having parasites. Even human beings, they have parasites inside the intestines and stomach. Our animals are exposed more because they graze with grass and soil. They are more prone to this parasites, internal parasites we say. Suppose they have internal parasites, so in spite of giving proper nutrition and vaccination, the vaccination will fail because these parasites will take away all the protein in the body, and again there is protein deficiency, and that vaccine would not work. The body cannot produce antibodies. So these are all something like delicate things what they should learn. So the people say, yeah, we have given vaccine, disease will not come. That's not the case. So in the absence of protein, vaccine not work. So you might have observed when a person is affected with the corona or some corona period is there, so that health specialists will advise to take one egg in the morning and one egg in the night. So because that egg, whatever white egg that's albumin, it's a protein rich source that helps in producing antibodies, that is resistance to the disease. This is the inner thing. Yeah.
So here's another tip: when people have fever or are on medication, it's important to eat more protein.
Yeah, more protein is important. Actually, for viral diseases, there is no treatment. There is no specific treatment. On earth, they don't have any specific treatment. So there, we have to boost the immune power of the body to produce more antibodies against the disease which we have acquired. So for that, we need protein, and we give protein diet. And secondary, what the treatment they give? Antibodies. This is only we say to prevent secondary infections. So whenever we having a weak immunity, other diseases will come. Just to prevent the other diseases, we take antibiotics and all, but
it's
not
like
to
putting the gate so that others won't enter.
That otherwise there will be complications, secondary complications we say. So likewise in the animals, you must be careful. So these are all skills. What we say, they will acquire all these skills when they are with a farmer, or they go. We call it as hands-on training. When they go personally to the farmer, and this comes in routine.
So to gain all of this, and for me to be confident enough to start something, what's the time frame I'm looking at?
Maybe something like if you want to start within next 6 months, Maybe some 1 or 2 months or 3 months you can go just to expose yourself, gain the skills, and you can start, not a problem.
And what's the kind of money again, the minimum investment?
Minimum investment, suppose if you are starting a cow unit, it is different. Starting a sheep unit is different.
Can you walk us through individually?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
Where should we start, sir?
Yeah, as we ever wish, madam. You ever, yeah.
I think since we've started the conversation about sheep, I think we can start with sheep.
Yeah, definitely,
sheep
madam.
and goat.
Definitely, madam. So suppose if you are going to a sheep and goat farm, we say sheep or goat, we call it as ATM. ATM means it's called anytime money. It's not like an automatic teller machine. You can even put it in that way also. But they are called as ATM. That is anytime money.
Because of red meat's demand?
Yeah, demand is there, and you can sell it anywhere, and everywhere is a market. So any place, any time, anywhere, any part of the year, any part of the day, you can sell that.
Okay.
Because, so you must know this thing. Now that non-vegetarian diet was meat, we say. Meat maybe from all animals, including sheep and goat and other animals. It is a scarce commodity. What we say, actually, that WHO we say, no, World Health Organization. WHO recommends a person to be healthy, you should eat 11 kgs of meat in 1 year. Okay, so that comes to something like 33 grams per day is the requirement. So meat means any animal meat for that matter. So but our production and population, if you compare, so our production is something like 8.11 million tons of meat every year India produces. So if you compare our population requirement and production, we are getting 4.5 kilo per person per year. Okay. So what is the difference? 11 minus 4.5. What is the difference? 6.5. 6.5 means it comes to 70%. So for 100 kilos, it is 70%. So there is a 70% gap in production.
Deficit. Wherein people can focus on.
Yeah. That's why. That's why suppose we say there will be something like 6% growth every year. We say agriculture or any field. So our annual growth will be around 6 to 7%. Suppose at that rate, if you calculate to reach this 70% gap, we need something like 150 years, 1.5 century we may need. So this is the reason it's a scarce commodity, and also it is an export commodity and local demand commodity. So
demand is there from all the three sides.
Yeah.
Scarcity, export, and local
demand. Local demand. Huge demand is there. If you are investing in that, definitely you are getting good remuneration, good income you will get, provided you take care of them properly. They will give you back. So this is the thing. So to your question was, what is the minimum level you need to start with sheep and goat? So what we say, suppose if you are doing self labor, 50 would be good. Suppose if you want to put a labor on that, you are not along with you want to put one more labor, then you have to go for minimum 100 animals. Why? Because say 50 what your income you are getting, so it will eat away by labor and other expenses will be there. No, so level of income will be proportionate, but it will be less because only animals numbers are less. Suppose if you are putting a labor on job, then you have to go for minimum 100.
So if an individual is wanting to do on her own or his
50,
own level,
50 would be enough.
If you're putting one more labor, then you will have to have 100 is a minimum number.
Because you are paying that labor cost within 50 animals income, then your net surplus will be less. So say actually something like that, up to 100 animals you need only 2 laborers. Whether it is 50, you have to need 2 laborers. And even if it is 100, up to 500 we say only 2 laborers are required. For stall feeding we say, no, stall feeding. Stall feeding means taking care of sheep and goat within our premises. So that is called a stall feeding we call it. In that system, we need 2 laborers up to 500 sheep. So even if you are keeping 500 animals, your income is huge. You are paying only 2 laborers. Even if it is 100, you are paying 2 laborers. Suppose for 50 you are keeping 2 laborers means your income will be less and expenditure will be more. So net surplus, net surplus and break even we say it will be less. That's why. So 50 good and 100 is better. 500 is very good. 500 is very good, and maybe 1,000, 2,000 is commercial.
Got it.
Yeah.
Secondly, where do I get the what do you call them? The baby sheeps?
Baby sheep, and actually. When you are there will be 2 types of farming will be there in sheep farming. We say one we call it as a breeding, another called as fattening. Okay, So breeding means you should buy mummy and daddy, no baby. You have to buy mother and father, adult.
It's for breeding.
For breeding. But it should be ready to breed. There should not be waiting period, should not be there. Gap should not be there. So it will be 1.5 year old, as we say. The mother and father both should be 1.5 years. That we call it as marriage age in the sheep and goat. Okay. So you keep them together. They get married and they produce children. Immediately they become pregnant, and there is no gap period. So you start getting income by next maybe from 5 plus 9 months. How much it is? Next 14 months your income is there. So 5 months pregnancy and next 9 months we are selling the baby. So 9 plus 5, 14 months you are getting the.
So 5 months is the gestation
period
for sheep.
Yeah.
And 9 months for it to grow. And
that baby to grow.
So at the 9-month-old sheep would be will be eligible for it to be sold.
Yeah.
Then the cycle starts.
Again, the cycle repeats again. Actually, something like, see, suppose a mother is pregnant today, it will give birth after 5 months. Okay. Once the baby becomes 3 months, that will become independent. The baby is independent. It will not be with mother. So once the baby delivery after 3 months, it will become independent. The mother will become pregnant again. So 5 months pregnancy plus 3 months baby feeding. So 8 months. Once in 8 months, the mother will be repeatedly becoming pregnant.
So how many terms can a sheep or a goat go through?
So it is 8 months, 1 crop, and in 2 years, 3 crops. So 1 year, 1.5 times. We say 1.5 times multiplication. That means 150%.
So what's the fertility period for a sheep or a goat, like?
8 years.
8 years.
That's the production life, we say, 8 years. If you allow it to live, it will live for another 8 years, maybe some 15, 16 years, but nobody will allow it to live. So it's a production life is 8 years, we say. Yeah.
All right.
So now I was telling you that why sheep and goat is profitable. Suppose if you have 100 sheep, okay, if you buy 100 sheep, you say 1 rupee 1 sheep, just for calculation. Okay. So your investment is 105 rupees. Here 100 mother and 5 father. What is our requirement? So 20 wife and 1 husband. So here something like 100 mothers and 5 fathers we are having. So your investment is 105 rupees. You remove that 5, you take it as a round figure 100 rupees. Okay. So that sheep will give you into 1.5 times. That 3 kids in 2 years. So 1.5 kid 1 year. So how much it will be? 100 into 1.5. It will be 150. So 150 kids you got in every year you are getting.
1.5 years?
Yeah. No, not 1.5 years. 1.5 times in 1 year.
Oh, 1.5 times is so every year 150.
150. You are selling that 150 kids at 1 rupee each. So what is your income? 150 rupees. So your investment is 100 rupees. That is intact with you. That 100 rupees is with you only. So it will give you 150 rupees every year until 8 years.
This is for breeding. If you are
breeding. Yeah, breeding. Okay. So breeding is more profitable than any other form of farming here. So breeding is more advised and is more profitable. So this is the case of sheep. So 100 rupees investment you are getting 150 rupees. Suppose if you are keeping a goat in the place of sheep, investment will be same. Goat, you know, goat. Yeah, goat. It's called as a goat. We call it in Adu or Meke in Kannada. So that goat, it will give you twins or 2 kids at a time.
Always.
Yeah, always. We say on an average 60%, if not all. So 60% kids you add to 150. What sheep gives the 150 sheep. For that 60% you add, it will be 240. So when you are going for a goat farming, your income will be 240 rupees every year for 8 years. So 100 rupees investment, 240% appreciation. So this is why the sheep and goat we say is more profitable because it is economical and is also sellable, is marketable. That's very important.
So goat is more profitable. Why do people consider sheep then?
That is again regional variations. We say, see here, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. These are the 4 states where we consume sheep in major quantity.
Andhra,
Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. These are the, of course, Telangana also is a new state. So these are the states which consume sheep more and less goats.
So demand basically.
Yeah, demand. And suppose if you go to northern parts from Maharashtra and Orissa and above up to Jammu Kashmir, they consume only goats and no sheep. So suppose if you ask some North Indian persons whether they eat sheep, they say वो तो कचरा है, कौन खाता है? They don't eat sheep. They don't consider sheep for
Why?
food.
No.
No, it's a food habit. Again,
Again,
so,
a culturally
yeah.
deep-rooted habit.
It's just we can quote Chinese citizens. They eat some snakes or some lizards or some cockroaches. It's their food habit. They relish that. That's the thing. So, but scientifically telling, say, suppose if you say 100 grams of meat, either from sheep or goat, if you analyze in a laboratory per nutrients, it will be same. Whether it is a dog meat or cow meat or this one sheep meat, goat meat, meat wise scientifically that contents will be same. It will not be much. But people say, we say
the sentiments
that
and the emotion.
we say they have some medicinal qualities. These goats, they have medicinal qualities. Of course, milk is having medicinal qualities because usually they graze in the forest areas and they eat all sort of leaves. That tree leaves and all other things, herbs and everything they eat now. But sheep don't eat all those things. They eat grass from the ground. But that goats will pick all the leaves from the tree, shrubs and all. So usually medicinal plants will be there. Medicinal plants all in nature. So all these plants they eat and they acquire some medicinal qualities in their meat and milk and secretions. So that's why goat we say so having more medicinal properties. Even suppose if you go to some Ayurveda doctors, they give some medicines. They say take it with goat milk. So goat milk is it itself is a Ayurvedic medicine.
Because of the exposure to
all sorts of
plants. That's why in Kannada there is one saying, no? Aadu muttada
soppilla. Sarvagna helada vachanavilla.
So it's one animal which has universal exposure to the kind of herbs available.
Definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
So yes.
So now actually India is having 7 crores of sheep and 14 crores of goats. This is population we are telling. So population of sheep in India is 7 crores, whereas the goat population is 14 crores.
Also because of, you just gave an example of all the south states, but still the majority is consuming goats.
So majority of all the states, only 4 states sheep and all other states goat. Naturally goat population is more. And the export quantity of goat meat is more than sheep meat, naturally, because availability the criteria. So North India, that demand for sheep is almost zero, we can say.
So in your opinion, eating sheep meat or goat meat, any variations in health benefits?
There should not be anything. Nutrition wise should not be a thing. But see, actually again this medicinal quality what we say now, it cannot be proven in any laboratory because we cannot extract any medicine out of that. Suppose if we say in allopathy we say paracetamol. So paracetamol you can extract, identify, you can name the chemical. But when it comes to Ayurveda, what exactly it contains, what is the name of the ingredients is difficult to tell. But only by practice, a belief, people say it's good, meat is having some medicinal properties, benefits. So it goes by practice. Even milk, so actually goat milk they use for so many things. We say
they have beauty soaps today.
It will cure asthma. It cures. It will cure your allergies, so many allergies, and it is having a good cholesterol content. That
you vouch for it?
Yeah.
You vouch for it?
Yeah, definitely. And also, actually, it is proven that it increases male fertility. That goat milk will increase male fertility. Suppose a male person is having less fertile functions, so it will increase that male fertility. It will increase. So such things.
Because women only know goat milk soap variation. So we didn't know the health benefit of
definitely
it controlling allergies, asthma.
So we quote one thing here. Our Bapuji, Mahatma Gandhiji, even it was his daily food. He used to drink goat milk and that peanuts, that groundnut. That was his major food. He was healthy until his demise. So there is nothing nutritious than this. So this goat milk is highly nutritious, medicinal, and it gives you immunity. It's good.
Now comes my next question. How do I source goat milk, and how do I know if it is the original one or if it is not adulterated?
Suppose if you are collecting from a proper source, yes. Suppose if you go to a goat farm and you collect from there, they usually take out milk and give. It is stored. Otherwise, some branded. In Bangalore, you get branded milk.
Example,
Basta goat milk.
Yeah. How much is it?
You can book online.
Okay.
You can
Basta
take
goat milk.
Basta, BASTA, Basta.
How much is it per liter?
Yes, around something 350 rupees.
Oppa.
Yeah.
And how many ml should I have in a day?
If you are taking like medicine less, if you are taking as food more.
Yeah, there is no
nothing.
cap as such.
Nothing,
don't go overboard. Nothing. All right.
Actually, it's something like how it happens in online you can get that Ninja cart or First Ninja or something, a big basket you can get online that. See how it is recommended here. In usually in urban areas, nobody buys goat milk in the rural areas because
I've
they
never
have free.
tasted in my life.
free.
I'm curious now. I want to order.
Yeah. Actually, why it is? Actually, it is an infant food. We say it's an infant food. That goat milk is safe for infants. In urban areas, so happens. No, usually women they have smoking. They smoke and they drink. For the individual, what they do is different. But milking mother, suppose if she is feeding mother to the baby, then that nicotine, that smoking nicotine and the alcohol, the residues they go in the milk to the baby, that will affect the brain growth of the baby. So usually pediatricians or gynecologists they suggest not to breastfeed. Suppose if they cannot come out of that habits, they suggest not to breastfeed. They feed from. So for such babies. So this goat milk is a preferred milk and it is safe and nutritious and medicinal and it promotes growth better.
And for adults, you're saying if you want to, out of curiosity, you can?
Yeah.
Or there is, it's not a requirement as to, like how donkey milk apparently is good for your health. So likewise, goat milk is not a mandate.
Definitely is good, but our contention is persons who can afford it, they can do that. For medicinal benefits or for nutritional benefits, but 350 rupees a liter, common man buying it not be not be possible option. And not every day they cannot use it.
The rest of the protocol through which this has to be consumed is normal. You have to boil it. And
just like suppose if you are getting that packed milk, it will be pasteurized. Suppose if you are getting raw milk from a goat directly from a farm. So there are some few more farms surrounding where Bangalore. Some farms are there. There you can source. You can go there. You can source the milk and you can take fresh milk. Then you have to boil it because you should not take risk because there is a disease called as brucellosis. So that is called brucella. That is you call it as zoonotic disease. Zoonotic disease means the diseases which are transmitted from animals to human beings. We classify them as zoonotic diseases. Among them, the brucellosis is very important because it is common for people who live with animals or we consume raw milk. So they are exposed to such diseases. So actually it is very dangerous. Why? Because brucellosis, it causes abortions in female, even human beings, women, and also it causes sterility in male. Husbands. So that must be. That's why we say while consuming milk, we have to boil. It's a tradition. So I say Indian system of cooking is the best in the world because no bacteria, no virus can survive in the form of we cook. No? So nothing. All food we make it safe by way of what we cook. No? So it's suppose any raw milk is very dangerous. We have to boil it or pasteurize it, and then only we have to consume. So that should be there.
For throwing some light.
Yeah, madam.
Because I think we've all been exposed to the practices, but many scientific whys have not been explained. Amazing. So what we started digging into goat and sheep farming took us all the way to goat milk. Now I want to trace back our conversation.
Yeah, sure, madam.
So the kind of investment, I think we were stuck where we were discussing about 100 for breeding. It is more profitable.
Breeding is more profitable.
And then how about the space? How much space is required for goat and sheep farming?
It's something like we have two portions. One we say covered area. Covered means it should be closed. Closed above, roof will be there. Roof food structure we need 10 square foot per animal. Suppose if you are keeping 100, then 100 into 10, how much it will be?
100 square feet.
1000.
Sorry, 100 into 10.
100 into 10 is 1000
I'm like 10 into 10 in my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is covered. That is roofed. So outside we have to give them roaming space. Outside the roofed area, roaming space will be there. Outside. So that will be 20 square feet per animal. That 2000 square feet. Okay. This is the space required. totally 3000 square feet for 100 animals. So that
Which has covered and
covered is 1000. That
and
night
2000
hour they will be inside that covered area. Daytime from sunset to sunrise or sunrise to sunset they will be in the open area. So it's a natural exposure. So all animals and all plants, they have to be in sun for a better living and a better life, a better health. So including human beings, we are supposed to be in sun, but we don't follow that.
That's why we are consuming vitamin D tablets today.
Yeah.
All right. So
Vitamin
it
D,
is 3000 square feet, which divides the covered space and the
Yeah,
open
yeah,
space
yes,
for 100 animals.
Yeah, yes.
Now, any other factors to be considered?
We have ventilation, I said, ventilation. Actually, we say length and width of a shed infrastructure. So length should always be east-west. Okay.
Why so?
And width is always north-south. Why so? I tell you, east and west, the shed is closed. Suppose your shed is like this is east and this is west.
Opposite.
Here we close it. And we
Right.
close it totally, we build a wall here. And also here we build a wall. Maybe we have an entry and exit, door will be there. But it's totally closed. We don't allow air to enter from east and west. So why? Because under this north and south it is open. We partially we build a wall and above we will keep it open. So here we are giving ventilation from north and south. Why? Because say in India we get 2 rainy seasons. One it's called as southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon we say, no. That Mungaru and Hingaru we say. That Mungaru it comes from west and Hingaru comes from east. So 6 months from east we will get wind and rain, and another 6 months we will get wind and rain from south. Sorry, east and west. I am telling east and west. From west we are getting 6 months and east we are getting 6 months. So our intention here closing the shed east-west is that air and wind and the rain should not enter the shed directly. So that will alter your moisture, humidity, room temperature, everything it will alter. So wherever there is moisture, wherever there is water, there is life. So your bacteria, virus, protozoans, they will grow in moist climate more, and that will induce more diseases to the animals. So that's why we say, suppose your wall is here like this, and wind is and the air is blowing from here. It will hit the wall and it will break its speed. Then the air is split like this, here split. So it will enter from north-south into the shed with a low pressure and low humidity and low speed. So then your moisture is filtered, and only that we call lateral ventilation we say. It should not be direct ventilation, it will be lateral ventilation. The animals are safe, the disease incidents are less, room temperature automatically controlled, humidity controlled, moisture controlled, disease controlled. So this is the background behind that.
What started as a Vastu has a very logical reasoning to it.
This is animal Vastu. If you go to human Vastu, they say you have to keep open east. So that should not be here. It's quite opposite. East and west you have to keep it close. North south you have to keep open. Just for giving lateral ventilation, we should avoid direct ventilation here.
Got it.
Yeah, madam.
So I think we've covered how the sheep and the goat farming looks like for starters.
Yeah.
And the initial investment with 100 animals. How much is the cost of each baby sheep or baby goat?
Something like earlier we were telling about this one. No, breeding means you should get adults, not a baby.
For breeding purpose, yes.
Adults.
Okay.
So yeah, adult only we are buying.
So the 9 months. Sheep.
Actually more than 9 months. Maybe we say 1.5 up to 1.5 1 year to 1.5 years. That should be the age. That adult age. 1 to 1.5 years. That should be the thing. We say 2 teeth. 2 teeth we say. 2 teeth means a counting number of teeth. So it should be having 2 teeth. 2 teeth means is 1 year. 4 teeth means is 2 years. 6 teeth means 3 years. 8 teeth means 4 years. So it will have only 8 teeth. So 8 years total teeth have come for 8 years. So 2 teeth stock we have to buy. This is adult. That's the marriage age is 2 teeth. So 1 idea. So that thing it will cost you something like maybe 10,000, 12,000 like that in present market. It varies from area wise. It varies. Suppose if you go to Rajasthan, Rajasthan is having a cheapest goat in the world we can say.
Why?
Because there are plenty of goats are there. So there you get a lesser rate. So what cost we quote may be relevant to Karnataka. In other places there will be different rates. Rajasthan, one Sirohi goat is there. This is the cheapest goat in India, we can say, because they are in plenty, available in plenty. So it costs less. So such depends which breed you select and which breed you are breeding, depending upon the thing. But now Government of India has fixed the total cost of 100 animals at 20 lakhs rupees, including shed, animals, equipments and everything, machinery. So Government of India is having one scheme here. So we call it as National Livestock Mission.
Right.
Yeah.
So it has the sheep and the goat project.
Yeah.
100 plus 5, that
Yeah,
is project cost is
yeah.
20 lakhs and subsidy of 10 lakhs is given.
Yeah.
So for 200 plus 10, again it keeps increasing by 10 lakhs.
Yeah.
So what is the project name again? It's called Livestock
National
Livestock
Mission.
Mission of
You
government.
say Rashtriya Janavar Mission, we say.
So मतलब ये सब जगह पर है.
Throughout India.
So people can go and then
Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So actually it is there in entire India. All states, all districts are covered.
So what is required for this? Again, you were speaking about the project report, right?
Yeah.
Like how do I prepare my project for me to even go and apply subsidy?
Yeah. Actually it is to be prepared by a qualified veterinary doctor. Maybe me or someone, some veterinary doctor. It is because it's a technical document where the animals are involved. Need to be prepared or signed by a veterinary doctor. Okay. Suppose if a doctor is not knowing how to prepare a project, if somebody else is preparing, so it can be get signed by some qualified veterinary doctor. So it is mandatory for you are applying. No, it should be prepared or signed by a qualified veterinary doctor.
So what all documents are required here?
Here, naturally, they should have a whole land holding.
Own holding, not leased.
Actually, lease. Actually, there's some two schemes. National Livestock Mission, only own land. Lease land is not allowed. Another scheme is called as Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, PMEGP we say. In that also, there also you can get for 20 lakhs rupees. There lease land is allowed. Yeah. But there you cannot do more than 20 lakhs rupees. That PMEGP scheme is there, no?
So but minimum 200 plus 10 is what is the maximum?
No, 100 plus 5 maximum.
100 plus 5,
that's for
20 lakhs, right?
20 lakhs.
Subsidy is 10 lakhs, correct. Okay.
But there, option is you can do a lesser unit also. In that PMEGP scheme, Prime Minister Employment Generation, you can do lesser unit also. You can do for 50 animals or 10 lakhs, or 25 animals or 5 lakhs, possible. But in National Livestock Mission, minimum is 100 animals, 20 lakhs, and maximum is 1 crore, 500 animals. So, but in the PMEGP, you cannot do more than 20 lakhs. In NLM, you cannot do less than 20 lakhs. That's the thing. 20 lakhs to 1 crore is the limit in National Livestock Mission. Yeah.
So, after the land holding, what's
land
the
holding? He should have his own Aadhaar card. He should be a citizen of India, and he should have his own PAN card. He should have a bank account, savings account, and you must be eligible for loan.
What is eligibility for loan?
Eligibility for loan, you should have a good CIBIL score, and you should have a good net worth, and then you must be staying in that area of the service area of the bank, and the banker will check his eligibility, because these are called as secured loans.
When you said net worth, am I supposed to give some property of mine as a secured loan?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. So net worth, it may be rural property, whatever land he is having, it is a property for him, and whatever the house he stays, that is a property for him. So what bank will do, they will evaluate, they will call it as evaluation. They will have a evaluator, he will go to them, they will collect all the things, how much land he is having, how much house he is having, all those things they will take, and they will put on valuation. They say this much is the valuation. Then 50% of that valuation is eligible. Suppose is the total land value, house value, site value and other thing, assets, everything, it comes to something like 50 lakhs rupees, is eligible for a loan of 25 lakhs rupees. This should be the criteria. But again, it depends on that banker and his transaction with the banker, his what is the relationship with the banker, everything it counts. And his credit history, we say, how was his credit history of the family, they will see. Suppose if I am applying for the loan, what was my father, what my grandfather, whether they were credit worthy and they were good repairs, all these things they will check. With that they will assess whether you are eligible or not. So here credit worthiness and credit eligibility is important, because all these schemes we call it as credit linked schemes. That means you have to get a loan to get these things. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So we also have poultry project.
Pardon?
poultry project
But
breeders.
actually, in sheep and goat, no,
Huh?
there was other things. Breeding, other than breeding, you were telling, no, referring to babies.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
there, that is called a fattening unit, we say. Fattening means to make them fat, to make them big. Here is quite opposite. Here we buy small babies, not adult. Mummy, daddy we are not buying. Only male small kids we are buying here, 3-month old. It will be something like 10 kilos body weight. Small babies will buy. We feed them, vaccinate them, grow them big, and by 9 months of age we sell them to the meat market. So this is called as fattening. But here the thing is, you can get a loan, but you cannot get a subsidy. Suppose if you are going for a fattening unit, where actually it's a breeding means we are manufacturing our own child in our factory. Here fattening means somebody's child we are adopting, we are growing it big, and we are selling in the
putting it to the slaughterhouse.
So there you can get a loan. It's a business activity, but government will not give you any subsidy for fattening activities. The thing. So only you have to produce. You have to increase the population. That is the intention of the government.
So
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
So where are these sheeps and only sheeps? I'm assuming goats won't come under fattening.
Yeah, it will come.
It will also come.
It
Okay.
will come.
So for fattening category,
Yeah.
who are these guys giving the sheep and the goats?
Usually they are with the farmers. Okay. So I told you 14 crores goat and 7 crores sheep, all with farmers. So you can get with farmers. Actually, we call shanties. Shanties they happen everywhere. You name anywhere, everywhere shanties will happen. That happens in somewhere weekend or some beginning of the week. Shanties happen. They are called English. We call them shanties. Fair is different. Fair happens in once in a year. Shanties they happen every week. Every week. So fair is jatra, that only once in a year or maybe 2 days, 3 days in a year.
So,
that is different.
got it.
So that happens every week. Everywhere. You can see H cross here. That is very famous. H cross Sante or H cross Shanti. So it there you can get sheep, goat or cows, exotic cows, buffaloes, and even pig. It's a big pig market, that one, Shanti, H cross. So like
in
that.
India, how many shanties are you aware of other than in Karnataka?
Many are there. H cross is there, Chintamani is there, and here Maralwadi Sante is there, and then Kanakpura it happens, Maluvalli it happens, and then what is that? Bannur sheep shanty will happen. So many are there.
In outside Karnataka?
Outside Karnataka, Rajasthan, Ajmer, and then we call it as a Baleri, and then so called as Agra, UP. So it's a very famous shanties. They are goat shanties. So many shanties. Everywhere it will be there. So the person will be knowing. So there you can buy your sheep, go sell your sheep, or you go enter into any village, farmers will be having, you can buy from them, or there will be some middlemen or some arbitrators. Suppose if you go to any village, there will be some arbitrators. We call it Dalali in Kannada, we call them. Arbitrators will be there.
Agents
will be there. So if you just ask them, I want 100 sheep, he will arrange. You will bring some, will phone all those fellow owners. You come and congregate in a single place. Some area will say, you bring your sheep that area. So early morning, 6 o'clock, they will be there with some 200, 300 sheep. You go there, you select your 100 and they will go back. You come with 100 sheep, you pay them, they can come. You can select.
Big thing here. These are all tax-free.
Yeah. Suppose if you are agriculture commodity is tax-free. You are selling and buying. That means GST will not apply. But suppose if you are selling a meat, packed meat, you will attract GST of 12%. Suppose if you are selling a loose meat, GST is not, it will not come. So live animals, no GST.
So butcher shops also don't charge
if they are,
GST.
suppose if you go to a mall, you go to a mall and you are buying a packed meat,
then
it is taxed. If you loose meat, they are cutting and giving you, you won't be taxed. So this is fattening, madam. Actually fattening, so there is a concept there. So we call it Eid concept, we call it as. So it is universal and entire India, the sheep and goat farmer, they can make a lot of money out of this.
During Eid?
During Eid, that is Bakrid we say, no?
Right.
So Bakrid is a festival which is observed worldwide, and India is a country rich in this goat population, and Indian goats are best in the world, and Indian goats are exported to almost all Eid celebrating countries.
Like Middle East,
Yeah, everywhere.
Pakistan,
Everywhere.
all.
Actually, Pakistan is having a lot of goats also. Pakistan, Bangladesh, and India. They are preferred nations for export of goats. So live goat they export to other countries. So, and also local demand is huge for this Eid. Eid. We call it as example, one Jamnapari. We call it as one breed of goat. It's from Uttar Pradesh, UP. So it's called Jamnapari. It's having a long ears. You must have seen some images in I think. It's a white, good-looking goat with long ears. So that is sold in Bakri something like 2.5 lakhs rupees, 5 lakh rupees each animal in Karnataka. What I am telling. Other places rate will be different. If you go to UP, rate is less because it is a native of that place. They are available in plenty, but they are available in small numbers in Karnataka because they bring from there, breed here, or buy from there and sell here. So here numbers are less, demand is more. In Eid, they go for something like 2.5 lakh, 5 lakhs in Karnataka. So it's a huge market.
Is it because of the good looks that it is being sold for?
And strength, weight, and good looking. And actually in Bakri, weight counts. It should be very heavy and sturdy, and it should be something like stamina should be more, something like.
Do they test?
So for Bakri, no, they select such animals. They pay something like actually some record. Some animals, we call it one Totapuri strain is there, that UP goat, that is sold for 15 lakhs rupees in Bangalore.
It's called Totapuri strain.
Totapuri. So that is sold for 15 lakhs in that Idgah, Chamarajpet. So one animal is sold for 15 lakhs. That was bought by some like Amir Khan, Bollywood Badsha.
Bollywood actor?
Bollywood Badsha, yeah.
Oh yeah?
Actually, so these their secretary, they come to Bangalore every year and they buy their Eid goat from Bangalore. It's a customary for them.
Oh.
All this Salman Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, and another Khan is there, no?
So Bangalore is a hub for,
Yeah, definitely.
The goats which have good lineage and which has good brand value to it.
Yes, definitely. And also here local people they prefer sheep. So there are some breeds called Bandur breed is good, and one Amingarh breed we say that's good, and Sindhanur red we say that is good, and another is Madigyal we say from Bijapur. These 4 breeds they are good for this one Bakri. Heavy animals. They something like they grow up to 80 kilos, 65 kilos, 100 kilos like that.
Oh, wow.
So people who prefer sheep, they go for this. Especially Amingarh, we say Amingarh sheep. So that is it's a native of that Bagalkot. One place is called Amingarh is there. So that is 80% demand of sheep in Bakrid. 80% of the people they prefer that breed. So people who go for this fattening, they can get a lot of money. Here I will quote you one example. One farmer, okay, he is in Belgaum. That's bordering Maharashtra. Okay, it's called as Alaknur in it's called as Raibag Taluk in Belgaum district. So maybe some 10 kilometers after that we get Sangli, that is Maharashtra. So there one person, his name is Suresh Pujari. Okay, what it does every year, immediately after Bakrid, he will buy something like 400 the goat kids. So that local breed they call it as Arak Bedag. Okay, that name of the breed is Arak Bedag.
Arak Bedag.
Arak Bedag.
What name is this? Kannada name?
No, it is a Marathi name. It's the name of a place in Maharashtra, Sangli. Arag, ARAG and BEDAG, Arak Bedag. Okay, so name of a place. That goat in around is called as Arak Bedag breed. Okay, it is a local breed. So he buys something like 400 kids every year after Bakrid. He will grow it for 1 year. When he bought it, it will be something like 8,500 to 10,000 rupees each kid will cost. That will be weighing something like 25 to 30 kilos. It's a heavy breed. So once he grows them for 1 year, that will reach 130 to 150 kilos. That weight will become quite big. And he will sell each animal for Bakrid and also one this called Aid Puja we call, that Dasara festival. He will sell for 1.5 lakh rupees. Is fixed. Every year he sells like that. Each. So how much it will be? 400 into 1.5 lakhs. How much it is? 6 crores. 30% minus is his expenditure, investment and looking after labor cost, everything. Some 2 crores you remove. For 4 crores every year net he is doing only out of this fattening activity. He is a very big farmer, rich farmer.
So I have one doubt here,
Yeah.
genuine doubt.
Yeah.
If animal husbandry is so profitable, why is that everybody is not getting into it?
Madam, actually rural areas if you go, it's something like, see, sheep rearing, goat rearing in Indian atmosphere, what we say, they're linked to some castes. They're linked to some castes. So people, they say we are higher caste, we are not supposed to do that.
Basically dignity of labor.
Not exactly labor.
Dignity of labor and with comes also with caste.
Yeah, that's the thing. So labor, of course, will be
seen through the lens of caste.
Yeah. Because suppose if you say pig farming, they say now in Indian society it happens, but you go to abroad countries, now everybody is a farmer. But in the Indian conditions, they say it's a particular caste person, they are supposed to do that pig farming, and sheep and goat confined to some particular communities. But now it is slowly vanishing. Now we can see Brahmins doing pig farming. So in many people who come to us, consultancy.
These are controversial, but this is the truth.
Yeah, that's the thing. So controversy will be there. So that's why, and also they say, though rich people, they are having other source of income. Rich people are some we can say high level people. They have other source of income. So they may not need this. They have other source which can generate more income than this. So
because
they don't go for this.
This requires more effort. This requires a lot of labor.
So soiling of hands. They don't be there. But now it's happening. It is another aspect of this is a tax saving activity it is. So rich peoples, they are going for this animal husbandry farming now because earnings from these farming will be tax free. IT, you need not pay income tax. So for that reason, many people, because it is tax free, many rich people also they are entering to this. So your question was why so many people not coming into this, though it is most remunerable. So this is one of the reasons, because it is linked to some communities. But now it is vanishing. Many higher class people or rich people or millionaires, they are into this. So they are going for something like 2,000 cows dairy. So just to save tax and all, and they go for this 1,000 sheep, goat. So many celebrities, many good rich people, good big people, they are into animal farming.
Any popular names that you know that who are into this?
Better not to tell.
But they are into it.
They are into it. Yeah.
I mean, are they South Indian celebrities or Indian?
Yeah. Indian. So Karnataka. So many people, many celebrities, rich people, VIPs. They are into
why
this.
I'm asking is that gave another line of thought wherein, can I invest, like today we are talking about angel investors, today we talk about entrepreneurship, wherein if I have 30-40 lakhs at disposal, if I have 30-40 lakhs at disposal, I can just park my money, somebody else will take care of it. So do you suggest that for animal husbandry, wherein I can just put my money and somebody is taking care of it? Is that a good risk to take?
I don't suggest, because your money and somebody is looking after, it cannot grow.
Something happens, then it all
your
comes
money you have to look after, or you should have his own investment at least 10%. Suppose if you are putting your money on me, I must have a share in that. That my investment must be there. Then I will take care of, because
so my intention also will be right. It's not like I'm getting a salary paid and I won't do a half-hearted job.
Yeah, because in our we say our mentality, local mentalities, some others' money will not carry value for me, because I will not care for your money. Suppose if it goes under loss, it is your money, not my money.
I just got my salary paid and I walked away.
Yeah. Suppose if I have my investment in that, then I will suppose even if your money goes, my money should not go. For that thing, I will take care. So that should be the thing. You are at risk. Suppose if you are investing and somebody is looking after, you are at risk. So better be careful. Or it should be organized, well organized and well monitored, and you should have a good manager. Then it can happen. Suppose if you cannot give your time, doesn't matter. You should employ a good manager who can take care with a dedication. It can happen. So definitely it can happen. Yeah.
So I have few more options here. Farming, which I'll quickly run through. You can just help our audience understand do's and don'ts of it. So next is piggery farming.
Yeah. Piggery farming is something like, we say, "Kaun banega crorepati?" Whoever go for piggery farming, he will become crorepati. Because it is an activity where you can become crorepati in a short period. Why? Because we say 50 pigs. We quote you like this. See, 50 sheep will give you something like 3 lakhs rupees per year is your profit. Okay, 50 sheep. 50 goat will give you something like 5 to 6 lakh rupees every year is your profit. But same number, 50 pig will give you 1 crore in 1 year.
How?
This is the magic. How means, I'll tell you. See here, 50, I told you that time how many kids that it will give. One sheep will give 1.5.
Right.
Okay? So 50 into 1.5, how much it is? 75.
15 to 1.5, yeah.
75, okay. So you are getting 75 kids in 1 year out of 50 sheep. So you are selling 75 sheep at 1 rupee each. How much you are getting? 75 rupees you are getting. Okay. Goat, how much you are getting? 2.4 kids. 2.4 into 50. How much it is? Or you can make it 2.5 also. It will be something like
1.25.
1.25. So 125 rupees you are getting. So in pig, what it happens? No? Each pig will give you 20 kids in 1 year. So 50 into 20, how much it is? 1,000.
100,000, yeah.
1,000 you sell at 1 rupee. How much you are getting? 1 crore. So this is the thing, magic. And also, sheep and goat weight gain, in 9 months it will be 20 kilos. In
Which
pig,
sheep?
pig, 8 months it will be 100 kilos. So here 20 times more kids and 5 times more weight. So there you get a crore. So anywhere, if you go for a 100 animal pig farming, you are sure to get 2 crore rupees. So here I want to quote one example, totally controlled by a Christian community. So no other persons will involve on that. So Trivandrum in Kerala, they are having the biggest export facility there. They procure unlimited animals everywhere. So their main purpose, if it is security of the house and all, better they go for local breeds. If they have something like a craze or something, you can go for foreign breeds like German Shepherd is there, Doberman is there, and your Golden Retriever.
So don'ts, because we see a lot of them having their own coping mechanisms. Some basically suck the blood out. Some tie, a piece of cloth so that the blood doesn't go through.
Yeah.
And I've seen people even putting turmeric and, red chili powder.
So all lizards will not cause death for a human being. That too, when it falls in a hot food, boiling or hot food, and that Arizona melts with that heat. That is spread into the food, and when you take it, one thing that is true, that Arizona poisoning will happen. US is number 2 total milk production in the world. India is number 1. So I told you earlier that the requirement is 11 kgs and the supply is 4.5 kgs in meat. But in what happens in milk, our requirement is 280 grams per day per person.
This episode's dessert partner is Polar Bear. Polar Bear, the ice cream sundae zone. Polar Bear is now present in 160 outlets, 30 cities and in 5 states. If you're a vegetarian, that too 100% vegetarian, Polar Bear is for you. The menu has 40 plus ice cream sundaes and all the ice creams are made from pure milk. What are you waiting for? Visit and keep sharing the Sunday love.